Hey, what's up? This is Phil Ebner, and I'm back with another cool lower third. It's called Sunburst. So let's check it out. I'll try to keep this lesson as short as possible. So here it is. We got this cool glowing object. It's kind of, a little bit different. It's got this oval. It's got this nice glow around it, and then it's got this light, kind of like a sun revolving around it, or like a star. So super cool, and it's actually quite easy, and it shouldn't take too much time. So as always, start a new composition, name it Sunburst, or whatever you want. Then layer new solid. As you can see, this is kind of a typical way that you do this. Make lower thirds is by adding layers, solid layers. It doesn't matter what color you actually make it, because we're going to add a gold ambience effect. So just go ahead and type in gold ambience. It's under animation presets, synthetics, and gold ambience. It just kind of creates this nice gold ambient look to it. Then you're going to go ahead and take this rounded, or the ellipse tool rather, and create a mask, just kind of like an oval shape, just like about so. We want it to be big enough, just the right size for a lower third. It could go on this side or this side, and really lower thirds can go wherever you want them. It could even go in the middle. So press U, and you'll see that these are the keyframes for the kind of colors. You can increase them or decrease them depending on how long you want your clip to be. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I am going to, as you can see back here, we have one layer with a white stroke and one that is kind of feathered underneath it. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. On the bottom one, I'm going to press F to bring up the feather and choose about 200 pixels and drop that down to 150 actually, so it's not too big. And on this top yellow, I'm going to add a stroke. So type in stroke under generate stroke. It'll show up. I want it to be white, just like it appears, and I'm going to increase the brush size to 4 or 5 pixels. We'll go 4 right there. So it's already looking good right now. Then I'm going to add my text really quickly. So Philip Ebner. And again, you can change the fonts if you like, change how it appears. But Helvetica Neue is a really cool font because it's so easy to use, and you can customize it however you want. So let's see, online instructors. So there's lots of different options. I'm going to go light italic, decrease the size, and for this one I want it to be everything to be centered in this oval. So I'm going to do it just about like that. So in our original one, we can see that it kind of appears like so. First, before we add the motion though, we want to actually add our new this little light glow, this little light that's glowing around the object. To do that, we want to add another layer, solid. It doesn't matter what color it is, because we're going to add a lens flare effect. Lens flare. So generate lens flare. There's probably different ways to do this, but I just wanted to do a lens flare. We're going to change this to 35mm prime. We're going to change the lens brightness to 10, and then we are going to change this mode down here to screen, or let's see, what do we want to change it to? Maybe multiply. Let's see, by pressing shift and the plus sign in your keyboard, you can see what is a good blending mode for this for this effect. Actually, I see what I did wrong. You want to make sure that the color is actually black. So go up to Layer, Solid Settings. Make sure that this layer is black because it does make a difference. So there, now that the blending mode is on screen, you get this object right here that is black. So go ahead, and I want to actually put this little dot right in the middle of where our center of this object is. So I'm just going to press this pan behind tool up here and move this to the center of our dot right there. Right here at the start of our curve. And I'm going to animate this with keyframes. So I'm going to go to the start, press P for position, bring up the position. Then I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to go to the end of this, so around 5 seconds. What I'm going to do is actually just move it directly across to the other side. Then I'm going to go in the middle, around 2.5 seconds, and move it up. That's an easy way to create this curve. And I'm going to go in and change these or customize this curve by moving these bars right here. This changes the curve so that you can do it, like really customize it, because I want it to really follow this white line. So now, as you can see, it follows this white line just perfectly. So that's basically the basics of this effect. Let's increase the size so you can see it better. And then we just want to introduce it in a good way. So in our original one, we just have it kind of like pop up, just like so. And so we want to do the same thing. So first, we want to parent everything to this bottom yellow oval. So go ahead and select all, click this little twirl tool, and then drag and drop it to the bottom yellow solid. I'm going to rename this glow. The top one will be oval. And so with the glow, what I can do now is do a size transition by setting keyframes for scale. So press S to bring up scale, set a keyframe, then go backwards in time and change that scale to 0. As you can see now, everything changes. Everything is parented to that bottom glow, and so everything changes with it. So now we have a nice little effect right there of it being introduced. And of course, I want you to learn all these different ways of introducing text and shapes, because you can really customize your own lower thirds this way. So right now this light is actually going way too fast across the top of that. So I'm going to select all of these keyframes, press Option for max. You press Option and select the last one, and then drag, holding down Option, and it will kind of increase. It will just increase the both of these keyframes, all the keyframes, instead of having to go one after the next and moving them. So it's a perfect way to increase the length of time between multiple keyframes. So let's render this out a little bit. For some reason our sunlight moved to the right side. So having them all selected, I'm going to right click and I'm going to select keyframe interpolation, and I want to change continuous to linear. So this should keep it from doing that. But it looks like we had a small change when we increased the time, so I'm going to go ahead and I undid. And let's try this again. So select all keyframes, press Option, drag. Okay, so that time it worked. I don't know why the time before it didn't work. But now when you render it out, it will rove across the top of this shape a little bit slower, which is nice because I like the subtleness of this right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and add just an image. I'll just do one of the ones that I've used before. So I'm going to add my family to this image, and you can see how it looks. Go ahead and render out a little bit of this video. Of course, you know, for this, maybe I would add a family photo in spring 2010 or whenever this was taken, and it would be a cool little effect for this photo if I was putting it in a video or something. So there you have it, a pretty cool glow effect, and it's nice if you're working on a project that has anything to do with the sun or stars, or you just want a warm sort of lower third. Hope you enjoyed this one. I sure did, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.